you doing? We start off the morning or the day. First I made some herb tea. It's a mixture from anise, caraway and what is it? Fennel. So it's literally plain water with some herbs in it. So we add the tea for the morning. You want to drink something? No? And before we get over to make some fruit jelly, first we start to make a bread. Last time we had a bread, it was a wheat bread, and this time we're gonna make a mixture from rye and oat, because he doesn't like oat bread that much, because it's not too easy to digest. So I started up so he can, because it's if I mix 50-50 rye with oat, it's a little bit lighter. It's somehow comes over fresher. It's a little bit more like wheat, you know, and because wheat is very sweet and light and comes along and dances along. So we take what is it? 2 pints of oat, which is literally half a liter. And then we take 2 pints of rye. So we got almost a quart or a liter of grains. I forgot to show you how oat and wheat looks. Here, take a look at that. That is oat. And not wheat, rye. This is rye. It's a little bit more silver. You know, it got a silver skin. It's called silver skin. And once again, oat. It's a bit more yellowish, maybe golden. So let me show you both kind of grains. At the same time, you can see the difference. It's slightly the difference, but it's complete different grains. You know, this is oat and this is rye. And the bread we made is a mixture 50-50. Here you can maybe see clearly the silver skin of the grain, and here the more flat. The silver one is a little bit shinier than the flat yellowish oat. This tastes so beautiful, man. Oat, and it's softer, you know. Rye, the grain is a little bit harder. It's harder to eat, but oat, you can even eat it like what is it? Like not cookies. Yes, like cookies or like, I even forgot what it is, like sweets. Keep on chewing it. And it will start to break. And you can taste it, how beautiful it is. A wonderful taste. It's a little bit spicy, not too much, very soft kind of spiciness, you know. And then the sweetness of oat comes through when you broke it up. And I eat it. Now we got cheese like that. Neither it's Maasdammer cheese, it's Dutch cheese, and you can eat it pure with bread or with tomato and onions. You know, take a sheet of bread, double the sheet of cheese, put it on the bread, and cover it with tomatoes and onions. That's it. Then we start up to milk the stuff. Let me get some raisins and another bowl. This is the bowl or the basket for the upcoming bread. We put some raisin in it. I always loved raisins. And maybe because my grandpa, he had a bakery. And when I was a kid, I loved to eat raisins. This is more than a quart, maybe 1.5 quart of water. We almost add 3/4 of a quart water. You almost can start the oven. I just leave it on 230 degrees Celsius. Then we take some margarine. It's kind of grease. Sunflower grease. Oh no. Made from plants. I don't know what kind of plants. Maybe sunflowers. Maybe chamomile. I'd rather think it's sunflowers made from sunflower seeds. I always use the same brush, and then I cover the basket all with grease. Otherwise it's harder to get the bread out of it, you know, when it's finished. Just cover here the walls with grease. Naturally, you have to clean the brush. Just do it like that, wipe it off. It's good enough till you use it the next time. Doesn't harm no one. At least doesn't harm me. I can throw away that later, so we don't need to bother the bit. So here we go. For some people it takes hours to squeeze it. I don't care, man. It's already mixed up, I think. Mixed up enough. So all it takes here, take a look at it. That's the flour. I got the bowl, it's an aluminum bowl. I got the bowl in the outdoor shop, man. Maybe some people wash gold with it. I don't know what it's for. Something usable for everything, you think, and then mix it up with the water. So you get a good kind of dough with it. I'm pretty much convinced it's good for your fingers too, and for your hand. When you got the feeling, you have to get comfortable with the feeling. Is the bread wet enough or not? If you put too little water in it, it becomes too dry. If you put too much water in it, it becomes too wet. So you want to have the golden middle way. To communicate, we use body language. If he says, you know, he means something, he wants to say something, he has something to announce. And since I'm not a fool, I just need to look at him and I know what he wants. That means he is quite intelligent, he can even talk. Because if you look at something, it becomes obvious what the something's intention is. So it looks pretty good enough to me here. Plop. You know, doesn't take more energy. So you put that in the metal basket. Doesn't need to take more effort. Whoop. That's the way you clean your hands. No need to throw it away or dump that stuff. It's important, it's food. And actually it's the best food in the fucking world, or at least one kind of. And don't forget, these grains we use, they're still alive. You can plant them in earth and they will grow. Because it's important to know, because as soon you break the grains, they become to oxidize. And the flour actually is less what is it, savable or storable than milk. As soon you break them up, you don't want to break them up. So but that's the next level. You can make bread from it. You can put it in an oven. Like I mentioned, we put it on 230 degrees Celsius for 1.5 hours. We can switch off the light because nobody needs the light, except when you want to take a look at it. And while baking it, the oven probably makes 140, 150 degree at the most. So actually we switched it to 230 degrees, so the oven makes it along the time constantly on 140, maybe 50 degrees, and that's it. And we stop the whole thing automatically. What is it, 13:26, so we go to 14, we go to 3 p.m. so it runs 1.5 hours. After 1 hour we go inside and turn the basket, drop the bread out of the basket so it can even bake a little bit from the sides which have been inside the basket and pretty humid, so it can be a little bit get ready all over, so it won't be that fresh and wet outside when you get it out of the oven. Another shot of resins. Delicious. Yeah. Come. You said he can talk, you know. And since he can talk, I know what he wants. Life can be that easy. Because already the Bible says, not that I recommend the Bible too much, I got my own philosophies, but even the Bible says God gave humans all kind of different languages at Babylon, because humans have been bad, really worse. So God was angry and he gave every human, because they wanted to build, almost like scientists, you know. they want to find the God particle or what kind of shit they want to look for. But even the folks at Babylon, they wanted to build the Tower of Babylon into the sky to be where God is, or to reach God. And since God saw that the humans almost got crazy, he gave, says the Bible, every human a different language, so they couldn't communicate anymore in between, you know. That's the reason humans got languages, and different kind of languages, according to the Bible. But to understand each other, you don't need no fucking language, and that's the point. Yeah. Yeah. One more. Yep. That's tasteful. You know, he likes it. And he mentioned it. He's not a fool. Alright, we got that done, and so we finished with this vid. See you later.